Hi guys, thanks for riding with Marshall again, and you've already read the title or you wouldn't have clicked on it. It's a pretty windy day here, so I'm going to keep this short and sweet as far as me talking into a camera, because the camera picks up wind like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, what is that? Can you see that? Is my knee in the way? I don't know. What is that? That is a Honda E-clutch. And this is the first bike here in the States to have it. This is the CBR650R by Honda. So Honda makes a CB650 and a CBR650. The difference is the plastic, the Tupperware. It's a racing bike. Let's do a walk around. You got those mean looking headlights, LED turn signals as most bikes should have these days. You got two front rotors as most bikes should have these days. You have, it's a 17 tire, I believe. I'm an old man. Give me a second. I'm also like blind on black ink. Here we go. 120/70. Seriously? 120/70 ZR17. It's a 17 tire, so I believe there's 17s on both sides. Welcome to Wasting Time with Marshall. 180/55R17. Yes, 17 tires on each end. The 650 engine, it's not anything you haven't seen before. It's been around for a long time, but the E-clutch is new. And we're gonna ride it and see what the difference is between the E-clutch and a DCT. Well, let's take a look at it. Oh, what do we have here? Stock from the factory. A quick shifter. So you got an E-clutch with a quick shifter. Is there any work I need to do when riding this bike? Traction control setting. Show of forks. Standard controls. Alright, I am once again at Interstate Honda. Actually, I never left from the last bike I rode. Adjusting mirrors on the CBR650R with E-clutch. I love an old key, old-fashioned key, right where it belongs, right there. Thank you. Key fobs are cool and all. Nothing wrong with a key either. So, start the bike. This is my first foray into the E-clutch. I'm in neutral. That clutch lever is disengaged. There is nothing going on with this lever. And it's cable, no less. So, what you need to know about an E-clutch. Okay. I'm in first. I don't have the clutch pulled in. You cannot stall the bike, and Marshall stalls the bike. That's just good video right there. I did not mean to do that. Okay, I'm going to treat it like a normal bike as soon as this car gets out of the way. So let's say you got a bike with an E-clutch. We're in first. My clutch is pulled in. And I'm using it like a normal clutch at this point. This is a brand new bike. It's got 27 miles. It is not upshifting by itself. It should be. Like I said, I know nothing about this E-clutch other than what I've read. Now this CB650R engine is awesome. In fact, the 650R is Europe's best-selling superbike. So I'm using the quick shifter and it's working great, except I have really no reason for an E-clutch if it has a quick shifter. So is this just a solution looking for a problem?
The Recluse brand of auto clutch has been used by off-roaders, track bikes, and even put in some Harleys for members of the 1%er motorcycle club, the Sons of Arthritis. Hey, I resemble that remark. The Recluse uses a proprietary design called EXP technology that automatically engages and disengages the clutch based on engine RPM using principles of centrifugal force. Note, this isn't an automatic gearbox, simply a clutch that disengages by itself when the RPMs fall, if I understand it correctly. It was designed to keep you from stalling and prevent the bike from losing too much power during shifting while navigating treacherous dirt hills. You don't have to use the clutch lever at all, but it is there if you want to disengage the engine power quickly or shift manually. The Honda version is a different design completely that uses the computer, electric motors, and gears. Both technologies claim that this eliminates stalling. Now I have no experience with the former, but I clearly have disproven the latter. When you are in 6th gear and bring the bike to a stoplight, you are still in 6th gear if you forget to downshift. The clutch disengages on its own. The screen will warn you that you have not downshifted. But if you ignore the screen when the light turns green, guess what happens when you twist the throttle? The RPM increases and engages the clutch, and like a fool, you just tried to leave a light in 6th gear. The traffic behind you will enjoy the show as you get your head together and restart the bike. Once again, the E-clutch is not a DCT automatic and will never replace it. It is simply a means of shifting without feathering or pulling in the clutch. Honda has embraced it primarily for new riders, as stalling a bike causes anxiety. My words, not theirs. And once they get trained to leave the clutch lever alone and only shift with their feet, it may be more fun to learn. However, you saw me stall it. Why? Because I pulled in the clutch right after shifting into first. Once you pull in the clutch all the way, the computer takes the bike out of E-clutch mode and puts it in manual mode. I learned this the hard way. Just to confuse you a little more, the E-clutch mode takes over automatically some distance down the road. So to expand on this, I often leave my bikes in first gear and pull in the clutch lever when I start the bike. This will make it a manual bike when leaving the line. For the E-clutch mode, you have to start in neutral and not pull in the clutch lever. Wouldn't a button be easier? I looked. I can't find a button for this.
Strange. And I was told there was a setting where you could set it to just manual only, and I think that's what it's in. Also strange.
Once you learn how it functions, you'll get into the habit quickly. However, something to think about. What happens when you get into that habit and then switch to a normal bike? Still, the perfect quick shifter is better than not having a quick shifter at all. Pulling in the clutch to shift gears causes a drop in power, and quick shifting minimizes this to milliseconds, making the ride all the more fun. For people of limited hand mobility, quick shifting keep them in the riding position for years to come. It is also perfect for any Harley with a 100-pound clutch pull. What will Harley call their e-clutch when they eventually put one in? I'm sure it'll have a different name. The biggest gain, and unspoken on any of the websites, is that hand fatigue is a real problem in stop-and-go traffic. Riding into Sturgis at the busiest time of day, riding the interstate through any town during rush hour, or riding in that season commonly known as road construction, can fatigue your clutch hand, even on a Honda. Both the DCT and the e-clutch will eliminate this pain completely. Oh, almost forgot. Here's what you need to know about the new Honda CB650R. It's going to be a hot seller among the sport bike crowd. Actually, it always has been. The 649cc smooth inline 4 gives you 94 horsepower and 46 foot-pounds of torque. That's enough for most people who buy a sport bike to tool around town on and make a lot of noise on the interstate. Just kidding, those are usually Kawasaki's making all the noise on the interstate. It weighs around 466 pounds, has a 4.1 gallon tank, and may be a little tall with a 32-inch seat height. Is it too tall for you? Interstate Honda in Fort Collins can fix that for you. Interstate Honda only has this one at the moment, so you might want to come get it. So what about the future of the e-clutch? It will be placed on more bikes. It doesn't cost or weigh as much as the DCT. Will it find its way onto the Africa Twin, the Honda Shadow? I don't know. I'm guessing the Goldwing will stay the way it is, as the DCT is the best for that big bike. Thank you for listening to my jibber jabber once more. Like it if you did, and subscribe to get my opinions on other rides. Bye-bye.